Jigsaw. Jigsaw is a cooperative learning strategy where each student in a group takes responsibility for one part of the content, then teaches it to the other group members. Like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, students fit their individual parts together to form a complete body of knowledge. Here are the steps of a basic jigsaw. Step 1 is to divide students into groups of 4 to 6 students per group. Jigsaw works best when you have the same number of students in each team, so avoid having some of 4, some of 5, and some of 6. Later in this video, I'll show you what to do if you can't divide students into perfectly even teams. For a class of 30 students, you can divide it evenly into 5 groups of 6 students that we will now call jigsaw groups. Step 2. Divide the topic content into 4 to 6 parts. Divide the content into the same number of parts as the number of students in each group, so if you have 6 students per group, break your content into 6 parts. If you're only going to have 5 students in each group, then you'll only need 5 parts. Suppose you're a history teacher and you're doing an overview of different types of government. You could divide your content into these 6 parts: democracy, dictatorship, monarchy, republic, totalitarianism, and theocracy. A part of the content could, for instance, be a section of a textbook chapter, a handout containing information, or an online resource. Step 3. Assign one part of the content to each person in the jigsaw group. Each group has one person responsible for one part of the content. Later, that student will be expected to teach that part to the rest of the group. At this point, students don't really interact with other members of their group. They just read and study their own part of content independently. Then, their independent study is fortified by the next step. Step 4. Have students meet in expert groups. After each student has studied his or her part independently, they gather with all the other students who have been assigned to the same part. These are called expert groups. Within each expert group, students compare their ideas and work together to prepare some kind of presentation to give to their jigsaw group. During this time, gaps in individual students' knowledge can be filled, misconceptions can be cleared up, and important concepts can be reinforced. Step 5. Students return to their original jigsaw groups and use the all-in-one pack with camera to record the following activities. Each student takes a turn presenting their part of information. Meanwhile, the other students listen carefully, take notes, and ask lots of questions. Once the first expert has finished their part, the others take their turns. As each expert teaches their part of content, the others in the group are learning it. Step 6. Assess all students on all the content by replaying the group recordings to the whole class. The assessment can be a simple quiz to make sure that all students have a basic understanding of all the material. Be sure to include all content parts in this quiz. Jigsaw 2 is a variation on the basic structure of Jigsaw. The difference is in how the assessment is treated. In Jigsaw 1, students are assessed individually and receive just one score. In Jigsaw 2, quiz scores are given once to individual students, then each group's scores are averaged to generate a group score. This builds competition between groups and encourages students to work harder at helping each other and learning the material well. Here are a few tips for troubleshooting this strategy. One problem you might encounter is this: what if students don't divide evenly? Now ideally, you'd have a perfectly divisible group, but as we all know, that kind of perfection rarely happens, and even if you have perfection in your plans, one absent student can throw your whole game off. First, remember that you can create groups of 4, 5, or 6, and some jigsaw advocates even allow for groups of 2 or 3, so that should help minimize extra students. Still, if you end up with a few extras, just assign 2 students in the same group the same part. Now what if some experts don't teach the material very well? If this group is depending on this one student to teach them about monarchies and he's not the strongest student, you can anticipate this problem when creating your groups. One thing you can do, if you have an uneven number of students, is to pair up 2 students on the same part who might be stronger together than they would be on their own. Also, it's the responsibility of the expert group to make sure that everyone is prepared to present their part to their respective jigsaw groups. If one student isn't really understanding their part, make sure the rest of the group gives that student extra preparation.